Hey everybody, Travis Clater back with another strategic thought for the day. I'm out here. We have another gorgeous day here at Firefly Farm North. I've got my shades on, which you typically shouldn't do in a video, but it's just too gorgeous not to be outside today, and it just felt right. We're taking a break from talking about the rat approach, which we've been talking about for the last few videos, to talk about something else. Now, I've recently been reading a book called Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell, which is a super interesting book that I would absolutely recommend for everybody. I won't ruin it for you, but the book dives into the idea of deception and, more importantly, detecting deception and the basic idea that we all default to truth. The principle is called the truth default theory. Not to say that we all tell the truth, but that we all inherently believe that others are telling us the truth until we've seen enough evidence that they aren't. Simply put, you get the benefit of the doubt until you give people enough doubt that they just stop trusting you altogether. Now, the truth default theory has been around for, gosh, about the last decade or so, but the book got me thinking about what this means for us in this moment that we're all living in with so much uncertainty and volatility in our lives. I mean, the day to day stress may differ for each of us depending on the scenario that you're living, but it is absolutely crazy out there. So, in this time with so many elements in our lives in turmoil, are people still defaulting to truth? Or has this environment turned everybody into a pure skeptic? Or perhaps we're all cynical now. If you worked with me in the past, you know one thing I firmly believe is that people are inherently good or they want to do good things, and that includes looking for the good in people. And maybe that's just the truth default theory coming full circle with me, who knows. But people are turning the TV from news right now because they can't watch the controversy and the craziness anymore, or they don't know what to believe. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on politically, or what your family situation is at home, or what state you live in, or a million other factors. We are all exhausted from what's happening right now. But when people change the station, they change it to something that makes them happier. They're looking for something that fills a gap for them somehow. Or when they shut their computer, they're looking for something that provides a way to escape, or they're finding an activity that fills a deeper purpose in their lives. It's something we're all looking for right now. I was just chatting with somebody earlier today, actually, and we started laughing because being isolated has forced us to spend time doing things that bring us so much value in our lives. Forced. We're being forced to do things that bring personal value into our lives. And I get it, we're all busy, but it's just an example of how we're all looking for ways to fill gaps in our lives and bring meaning and purpose into our lives during this crazy time. So I think people are looking for truth and meaning and connections with everything they do, and they're doing it so much more than they ever have right now. They're searching out a bigger sense of belonging. And the good news, and here's part of the strategic thought, the good news for brands and communicators is that this means you get the benefit of the doubt, probably more so than you ever have before, because people are looking for a reason to trust you, or more specifically, according to the truth default theory, they do trust you until you do something to screw it up. And that means now, right now, and this is the strategic thought, right now is the time to be communicating with them, with all of your audiences. But we need to do it in a way that brings value and meaning to their lives. Now is not the time to stop communicating and lose touch. This is the time where we can build advocates. This is the time where we can grow fans. And this is a time where we can show that we're more than a company that just sells products or provides a service. But again, we have to do it in a meaningful way. I wrote a blog post a while back about communicating with a meaningful message versus pandering without purpose. And that really gets at the heart of what we're talking about. So check out that previous post. And as you think through, like we all have to do, where you're putting your resources in the coming weeks, in the coming months, and this is, again, this is a decision we have to make. Don't forget that communicating with your audiences needs to be at the top of that list. Yes, public relations and communications activities are growth activities, and we are living in a world where resources continue to diminish. But remember, people out there are craving connections that you can provide, and you will see that benefit guaranteed when we get through this and start to take advantage of the growth opportunities that will absolutely come down the path. So there's your strategic thought. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you again soon for another strategic thought. Until then, check out our previous post at tcstrategic.com. Thanks.